DC here. Hi guys. Well, I'm walking in a park over my lunch break, and I thought I'd make just a little vlog while I'm at it. Melissa yesterday asked a question on, was it yesterday or the day before, on one of her vids. The question was, when did you realize that you would become an adult? I think that's about the question. And I touched on things like that at other different videos here and there. Sometimes actually my question was to myself, if I ever got over being a child, or am I play acting being an adult? But the answer, in a way, Melissa's question is, I think that when I left home, I was about 20, I never actually did go back in the sense of living there. And that's probably actually when I did realize I'd become an adult, because I was starting university, and that meant I had my own room, having to buy things, and taking things on, going on from being completely dependent to being, well, almost independent. I got married at 23, and then of course things changed dramatically, of course, because then not only are you alone, but then you're a couple, and I think you do try then to become more and more independent. Now, is that when I really felt I was becoming an adult? I would say yes and no, because if there was a problem, the parents were still around, weren't they? At least in my case, they weren't that far away. Now, when we left Canada, and that's a few years later, that's in 1985, then I think it really hit me, because if anything happened there, I had a few contact names and things like that, but there's nobody else. And a phone call can maybe help, but I didn't even have a phone then, which meant that actually we were much more on our own. And somehow, I think it just hit him, like, now you've got to really take your responsibilities, do things on your own, and your parents are there, but they're reference persons, but they're not going to come running over to Europe, for example, to take things on if you have a problem. Now, this is something I guess that you've all felt at certain times in your life. When do you actually cut the umbilical cord? But I think actually it also came when my parents got towards retiring age, and I wasn't close to home, but I could see that my sister had to take more and more care of different aspects of my parents' life. And you do feel it then, actually, that you're becoming adults. But I think actually I'm wondering, and I've said that in other videos, if it's not a process. I really would not say that I became an adult all of a sudden. I'm not yet one, in a way, and I don't actually think that I really want to be one in that respect. I want to keep that part of the child in me that likes to have fun and so on. On the other hand, we know that the real responsibilities are there. When I felt probably the most that I was an adult was when you feel, let's say, a financial clinch, and that there's nobody to turn to except yourself. And to get these things right. It's funny, isn't it? It seems like sometimes that you feel like you've become an adult when actually you're in a situation where you have problems. It shouldn't really be like that, should it? When I think about it, actually, really, in another sense, though, is you do feel you're an adult when the first child is born, for example. But then I think very often you might even feel overwhelmed And there is something though, when I say about that first child, is that's actually when the parents tend to come back, and they come over, and they don't automatically take over, but in a way maybe they do a little bit. So that first child experience actually maybe is not something that helps you to bring you into adulthood unless you can do it alone. But maybe actually what I think there is that once they'd left, I mean, although we appreciate very much their help, then probably once again adulthood reared its head and came in. Complex issue. I can't give a quick, just a quick answer to that one. Yeah, I think that's it. I became an adult over time. Never stopped being a child over time. And yeah, I guess, Melissa, that's my answer on this one. And anybody else who wants to follow up on that question, well, feel free. I'm coming actually close to work, so I'll be turning off the camera. I don't exactly want to walk around the work area with my camera. So that's all for now. I'll probably bring another little bit later on today. We'll see how things go. DC signing off. Take care.